In today's world, power isn't about stockpiling tanks or jets anymore. It's about ruling the tech game. The US and China are locked in a fierce competition to control the tech that's shaping our future. Think AI that predicts events before they happen, quantum computers that could crack any encryption, and cyber tools that can bring down entire nations to their knees. But this isn't just about flashy gadgets or impressive research. It's a battle for global influence, economic dominance, and even national security. The war zone is the digital world, and the fallout, it could change your lives in ways you don't even notice. So what's driving this high-stakes showdown? And how might it reshape everything we know? My name is Sham, and let's unravel this thread. Let's talk about how artificial intelligence is rewriting the rules of war. No soldiers, just machines and algorithms making split-second decisions. Sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? Except it's real and it's happening now. So what's AI weaponization all about? Simply put, it's using AI in military tools and strategies. Think drones that can pick and engage targets on their own, surveillance systems that predict threats before they happen, and smart bombs that adjust their path mid-flight. These systems promise to make operations faster, more precise, and less prone to human error. For example, AI-powered drones can process massive datasets in seconds, telling the difference between a hostile tank and a civilian vehicle way faster than any human could. Now let's look at the US and China, the heavyweights in this race. The US is throwing money at AI for military use, working with tech companies like in Project Maven, which uses AI to boost drone surveillance. Meanwhile, China has a military-civil fusion strategy, blending civilian tech advances directly into military. That means a facial recognition app for your phone could quickly be repurposed for military-grade surveillance. But here's the problem. These advancements come with a massive risk. For starters, there's the issue of trust. If an autonomous weapon gets it wrong and misidentifies a target, the consequences could be disastrous. And let's not ignore the fear of an AI arms race. If countries rush to outdo each other, we could see untested systems deployed that misinterpret routine actions as threats, sparking conflicts nobody wants. Plus, AI works so fast that it might outpace human decision-making, making it nearly impossible to step in and stop things from spiraling out of control. The bottom line is, AI is transforming warfare in ways we never thought possible. It's powerful, yes, but also risky. As these technologies develop, the challenge will be balancing innovation with responsibility, making sure these tools are used wisely and with oversight that they desperately need. But what happens when the battlefield isn't physical, when it's digital? Imagine waking up to finding your city's power grid offline, your banking app frozen, and your hospital system down. Let's take a closer look into the shadowy world of cyber warfare. A battlefield with no bombs, no bullets, and no soldiers, but destruction just as devastating, maybe even worse. So what exactly is cyber warfare? Picture a digital army hacking into systems to cripple another nation. They can shut down power grids, freeze banking systems, and even disrupt hospital networks. And the scariest part? It's practically invisible. One second everything's fine, the next, chaos, courtesy of some sneaky malicious code. It's war without tanks, but the damage, unimaginable. Now let's talk about the US versus China, because these two are playing high-stakes game of digital chess. China has been accused of sponsoring some massive cyber attacks. Remember the 2015 Office of Personnel Management, or OPM hack? Allegedly, they're doing. And it exposed personal data on over 20 million US government employees. That's like handing over a cheat sheet of sensitive info. Then there is the Salt Typhoon Group, linked to China, which hacked into 9 US telecom companies, gaining access to real-time communications. Imagine someone eavesdropping on every critical conversation. Crazy, right? But don't think the US is just taking hits. It's been throwing its own punches. Take Stuxnet, for example, a cyber weapon developed by the US and Israel. It was like digital ninja sneaking into Iran's nuclear facilities and wrecking their centrifuges, all while system told the operators everything's fine. Talk about the ultimate sneak attack. The problem with cyber warfare, it's not just about one big attack. It's about keeping your enemy constantly on edge, vulnerable and paranoid. And that's terrifying because our entire world depends on tech. Power grids, banks, healthcare, it's all one good hack away from total disruption. Here's the real deal. Cyber attacks could trigger a full-scale war. Imagine a hack on military systems causing chaos. It could spiral out of control before anyone even realizes what's happening. This isn't science fiction, it's real and happening now. The rules are still being figured out. In this silent war for digital dominance, one thing's for sure. Whoever masters cybersecurity holds the key to the future. The more you think about it, the more you realize how much of this digital tug-of-war affects all of us. If you're finding this breakdown insightful so far, do me a favor. Hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to understand how this tech rivalry is shaping our world. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more deep dives into topics like this. Let's keep going. Let's talk about quantum computing. It's like math and magic had a baby, and that baby is about to flip our world upside down. So, what's quantum computing? Regular computers, like the ones that you're using right now, deal in binary, zeros and ones. But quantum computers, they play the big leagues. Instead of bits, they use qubits, which can be 0, 1, or both at the same time, also known as superposition. This makes them incredibly powerful at solving complex problems. Quantum computers are insanely fast. We are talking seconds to solve problems that would take today's supercomputers billions of years. To put in perspective, Google's quantum computer Sycamore solved a task in 200 seconds that would have taken the fastest supercomputer 10,000 years. Yeah, let that sink in. Now, here's where things get wild and a little scary. Quantum computers are so powerful they could break today's encryption systems, the ones that keep your bank account, military secret, and cryptocurrencies safe. It's like having a master key to unlock anything and everything. So who's running the show? It's the US versus China, the tech world's biggest rivalry. The US has heavyweights like Google and IBM leading the charge. Google even claimed quantum supremacy in 2019, basically showing that their quantum computer could crush traditional ones. Meanwhile, China's not playing catch up. They are all in, investing billions into quantum research, and even launching a quantum satellite network for hack-proof communication. It's like a tech arms race, but with qubits instead of missiles. Whoever masters quantum computing first could control the future. It's not just a leap forward, it's a whole new game. The big question is, who's going to win this race, and what will the world look like when they do? The digital Cold War isn't about weapons or armies. It's a battlefield of zeros and ones. And make no mistake, this tech rivalry is as intense as the original Cold War. Only now, the spies are algorithms and the battlefield is digital. Here's how it breaks down. The US relies on private companies like Google, Apple, and Microsoft to drive innovation. It's basically Silicon Valley versus the world. Meanwhile, China takes a top-down approach, with the government calling the shots, investing billions in research, and tightly controlling how the tech gets used. But this isn't just US-China standoff. Other countries are getting caught in middle, forced to pick sides. Take the Huawei 5G drama as an example. The US warned its allies to avoid using Huawei's tech, calling it security risk. Some countries like the UK backed out, while others like Malaysia shrugged and said, "We'll take our chances." It's a game of Team US versus Team China. And it doesn't stop at 5G. This rivalry could split the digital world in two. Imagine one group of countries running on US-backed platforms and the other on China's. Different internet rules, AI standards, and even digital currencies could emerge, creating two separate tech universes. And the consequences, they go beyond technology. This is about power, influence, and control. Whoever comes out on top will shape the way we communicate, do business, and even govern. The digital Cold War isn't just a tech race, it's a fight over the future itself. And this future, it's the one you, I, and generations to come will inherit. As we stand at the crossroads of this digital arms race, one thing's becoming crystal clear. The US-China tech rivalry isn't just about gadgets or profit margins. It's about shaping the future, global influence, economic power, and the principles that will guide humanity in years to come. These two superpowers are taking vastly different approaches. The US leans on free market innovation, letting companies like Google and Apple drive progress. Meanwhile, China doubles down on centralized, state-driven strategies, investing billions and maintaining tight control. But this isn't just a tech story. It's a clash of visions for governance, power, and how the world should work. And the effects, they're already rippling through the globe. Smaller nations are being forced to pick sides, supply chains are becoming restructured, and even the digital ecosystems are splitting apart. It's not just abstract geopolitics, it's personal. Every breakthrough in AI, every cyber attack, every quantum computing milestone reshapes how we live, work, and interact. From your smartphone apps to the safety of your bank account, this rivalry touches every part of our lives. So the big question is, what kind of future do we want? One where nations collaborate for shared progress, or one fractured by competition and division? As citizens of a hyper-connected world, we are all a part of this. The decisions made today won't just shape politics or tech, they will define how future generations live in this digital age. If this video got you thinking, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this exploration, hit like, subscribe, and share it with others. It really helps us unravel more threads like this. Until next time, stay safe and let's keep questioning the world around us.